Hi and welcome to my channel. My name is Emma and this is my abandoned general store that I'm turning into the homestead of my dreams. So in last week's episode, I started putting down the framing for the subfloor downstairs. So in today's episode, I'm going to start putting the joists down. Obviously, I'm very excited for this. There's really not too much more to say about it, so let's just get into it. But before we do, cheers to my mom and cheers to all of your loved ones that you're missing as well. Cheers. Those are so hot. Ooh, it feels very autumnal outside today. It is cloudy. It didn't get any cooler between the last 10 seconds and that sip, so I'm not gonna drink anymore right now. Let's get to work. Oh, I got some pumpkins. Cute. Dad said he is going to come over and show me how to do it and then we can get started. So I'm gonna go collect the tools and I will see you in about 1 second. You guys, I just found something and I need to put my gloves on because I can't touch it. It's a bone. Who knows? Crazy things happen out here.
And go tight to the wall over there. We knew that this was low.
It's too high. Can we just run one?
Yeah, look how level that is. It's perfect. You're actually up at the same level as you were before.
Into the works, a wrench has been thrown. I'm gonna have to go get a board to put under the joist to make it completely level. I don't have anything here that will work, so I'm gonna run into town, so I'll be back. My dad had a couple pieces of wood that will work, so I actually didn't have to run into town. So I am going to rip these and then install them, and then we can get to continuing on the joist. So we're gonna do that. So the last hour was a whirlwind. Today has just been a whirlwind. I was getting ready to head back to my dad's house to get a few more tools. And then on my way there, I was just around the corner and I saw this dog running down the street. So I stopped, look at the collar. It was one of my childhood middle school best friends' dad's dogs. So I call him and I'm like, hey, believe it or not, I have your dog. So I was just sitting here feeding her cucumber, giving her little scratches. He just came and picked her up. So here we go. Here we go. I just got the nail gun ready to go. So first I need to nail gun this double plate down. Then it's finally time to start putting the joists in. This day has completely gotten away from me, but I'm gonna try to redeem it a little bit. And once I get it all going, it's gonna go fast, but it's just all these little things that have to be perfect before I can put the joists down. So we're getting there. Here we go. Good morning, it's a new day. Yesterday there were just so many distractions that just kept happening. It started to get dark and I was like, you know what, let's just start fresh tomorrow. So we're on day 2 and I am marking all of the places where the joists will go, and then I'm gonna work from the back to the front. A bunch of people wrote in the comments in the last video to put moisture or vapor barrier down. So they just fell through the ceiling upstairs. Oh my gosh. That was very scary. A few people, actually more than a few in the last video, were saying to put down vapor barrier, and I absolutely am going to do that. I asked my dad when that step should happen prior to last video, and he said to wait and do it after the joists are put in so that I'm not stepping on it, getting it all crinkled up and all that. I'll put the joists in and then roll it under the joists, which, yeah, it would be easier to do it before the joists were in, but like he said, and I agree, if I'm walking all over it, it's gonna get all dirty and crumpled up, so there's no reason to do that. It's not that hard to roll it under the joists after they're in. So that's the plan. Now let's get to it. Marking all of the place where the joists are going to go on the first plate. Now I'm going to do it on the second plate, and then I'm going to put a test joist in and make sure that the measurements are right, and then I'm going to start laying the joists from the back to the front and nailing them in. All right, so now I have marked where the joists will go on that plate and on this plate. And now I need to finish doubling up this plate to get it level with the other two sides. So I'm gonna do that, then it's time to put the joists in. So let's do a little bit of cutting very quickly. as you can see, I put 4 joists down and I haven't nailed them down yet because I wanted to check the level and see if it was continuing to get higher going that way, and it looks like it is. It's very minimal, over 8 feet, and it's within the level range, but it's kind of getting more and more out of level, it seems. So I didn't want to put any more joists down. Dad is going to come check it out and see what we need to do to adjust and fix it. So he'll be on his way here very shortly, but while I'm waiting for him to get here, I'm going to continue working on the plate for that wall. Look.
So it's getting higher going that way. That's probably within the acceptable range, but you don't want it to keep going up,
Right.
because it'll be 1.5 inches, 2 inches higher at the back end. You got a little bit of a high spot there.
What can you do like that?
Nothing.
Look, I can do this,
Right,
and now it's perfectly level.
right.
So it's just
So-
that little gap.
But when you do that, this one's up. So push yours down. I guess
Well, I can't because this is too high in the middle.
what I think we would typically do is nail 2 of them. That's gonna be up a little bit. Stand on it, push it down, nail it. I mean, because it's not that much out. It's an old building, being 1/8 of an inch out over 7 to 8 feet, that's not a big deal.
And which side is more important?
That side is gonna get less traffic. You're gonna be walking right here all the time, so I would want that tight. What you don't want is to hear,
Yeah.
and this is where you'd hear that. You're not gonna be walking right up against the wall. Got it? Looking good though. And then, once you get it all tapped in, then we'll check the level and just see if there's anything we need to do.
So basically the gist of that conversation was that the leveling is fine. I did get the markings off by a hair as I was going because I was marking it from one to the next instead of from the beginning. So that's fine. That's just a little tiny adjustment that I'm gonna make, and then I'm gonna start nailing the joist down. So right here, it's 100% perfectly level, which is fantastic. And I think it's just that one board that's a little bit higher. So there are 2 more boards that go right at the front, but I'll be honest, that last board, I think I did something to my back, and I've already had low back pain for the last 2 months or a month and a half from hauling buckets of water. And I've been trying to heal it. Carrying 16-foot joist is not a good way to try to heal it, but here we are. So with that being said, I'm gonna leave the last 2 for next week because I don't want to further hurt my back, but I got a lot done. This is a really, really good start, and whenever my dad comes to check on it again, I'll show him that it's level, and I think we'll be 100% good to go. And I kind of was just tacking them because I wasn't sure if things were going to be level and we were going to have to make some adjustments, but it looks good. And then I will get the subfloor, which is the plywood that will go on top of this. And then I'll start moving everything behind you right now over onto the new floor and then do the other side. So I am stoked about the progress. I can't wait to get the plywood in. It's gonna be amazing. I do have to contact the county inspectors because they told me that they want to see what I've done before I put the subfloor in. But I am so stoked. I was pretty intimidated by this, I have to say. I knew that I could do it. I probably wouldn't have been able to do it without my dad's help, or I would have just had to do a lot of research online, but the actual work I can do. It's the math and the not knowing that it should be 16 on center and things like that require a little more research if you've never done it. But as far as the physical labor, I'm so glad that I'm doing it by myself. I hope I didn't hurt my back too bad. So I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. I hope you're as excited about the floor joists as I am. This feels like a really huge step. I feel like everything from here is gonna feel like a really huge step. Another thing that I want to do after I get the subfloor down is start tearing out some of the ceiling tiles that are rusted, because once I start on the next side, I have to move all of the junk onto the floor. So before I can do that, I really need to use the open space to work on the ceiling tins. So that's coming in the next few weeks as well. If you are interested in purchasing anything from the Homestead, you can go to heritagerow.co. I do have a few bottles and some ephemera. If you want to follow me on Instagram, it's at holistic__Emma, and TikTok is holistic_Emma. And I think that that's it. Thank you to my dad for your help on this project. Thank you for being here. I hope that you all have a wonderful week until I see you in my next video next Sunday. I'll see you soon.